The leaked whispers coming from behind the scenes this week are absolutely explosive, and what the writers are planning to do with Jack Brennan's hidden past is downright criminal. We are staring straight down the barrel of a jaw-dropping twist that is guaranteed to wreak devastation across the entire canvas, leaving our favorite characters completely blindsided and forever changing the power dynamics of this town. If you ask me, it is high time that Jack Brennan's true identity and long-buried secrets are finally dragged out into the harsh light of day. For months now, we have watched this former WSB director pull the strings of Port Charles from the shadows. Whether he is manipulating his way through turning woods, orchestrating high-stakes deals with Valentine Castine over missing black boxes, or seducing Nina Reeves into his intricate web of intrigue, Brennan has always been a man who holds all the cards. But you and I both know that a man with that much power, that much international influence, does not just appear in a small town without a massive, multi-layered agenda. He has been playing a long game, setting up chess pieces that none of the locals even realize are on the board. The residents of Port Charles have been so distracted by Jen Sidwell's revenge plots, Sonny Corinthos' mob drama, and the Quartermain family feuds that they have completely missed the real threat, quietly building an empire right under their noses. Let us talk about Dr. Tristan Roberts. Ever since this promising new surgeon made his highly anticipated debut during the monumental 16,000th episode, he has been a walking enigma. We have seen him clash explosively with Britt Westbourne, marking his territory at General Hospital with an arrogance that feels incredibly familiar. But the scene that completely gave the game away was that seemingly random encounter between Tristan and Jack Brennan at the hospital. I know you guys saw it too. That was not just a casual exchange between a powerful WSB executive and a newly hired doctor. Oh no, ladies. The tension in that corridor was thick enough to cut with a scalpel. Tristan looked visibly uncomfortable, his body language screaming resentment as he practically fought to keep his distance. He looked like a man who wanted nothing more than to sprint in the opposite direction, rushing to end the conversation as quickly as humanly possible. That kind of visceral, emotional reaction does not stem from a mere professional disagreement. It screams of a deep, personal, and highly toxic history. My theory is that General Hospital is quietly laying the groundwork for a bombshell revelation. Tristan Roberts is Jack Brennan's biological son. Think about it. The piercing stares, the unyielding arrogance, the need for absolute control, the apple does not fall far from the tree. But Tristan is not a willing participant in whatever dark game his father is playing. The sheer disdain radiating from Tristan during that hospital encounter tells me that Brennan forced him to take this position at General Hospital. Brennan needed a pawn inside the medical establishment, someone to exert influence over the hospital board and monitor the health crises of Port Charles's elite. Tristan is trapped, reluctantly doing his father's bidding while harboring a deep-seated hatred for the man who controls his life. But that's not even the craziest part. The plot thickens with the impending arrival of the mysterious corporate shark known only as Hudson. We already know that Hudson's debut in Port Charles is sending shockwaves through the town, so much so that Ethan Lovett is literally packing his bags and fleeing in sheer terror. Ethan is terrified of his past coming back to haunt him, and Hudson is the physical manifestation of that nightmare. Up until now, we have been led to believe that Hudson might be tied to the paternity of baby Phoebe, perhaps acting as the biological father or a ruthless representative sent to collect. But what if Hudson's true purpose in Port Charles is far more sinister and far more calculated? What if Hudson is the missing piece of a much larger, much darker puzzle that Jack Brennan has been assembling for decades? If you ask me, Hudson is the second secret son of Jack Brennan. Yes, ladies, you heard that right. I firmly believe that Tristan and Hudson are flesh and blood, brothers bound by the toxic legacy of their WSB mastermind father. The timing of their arrivals is far too perfect to be a mere coincidence. In the soap opera world, there are no coincidences. Brennan is strategically summoning his estranged children to Port Charles, positioning them like soldiers on a battlefield. While Tristan was forced to infiltrate the medical community at General Hospital, Hudson is being deployed to conquer the financial and corporate sectors of the town. Hudson is the ruthless businessman, the corporate raider who will ruthlessly dismantle companies like Deception or ELQ, bringing the town's wealthiest families to their knees. But that's not even the craziest part. Let us take a step back and look at the terrifying masterpiece Jack Brennan is painting. By bringing both of his sons to Port Charles, Brennan is constructing an unstoppable trifecta of power. You have Tristan holding the keys to life and death at the hospital, gaining access to the most vulnerable secrets of the town's residents, and potentially manipulating the hospital board from the inside. You have Hudson, the financial juggernaut, ready to stage hostile takeovers, manipulate stocks, and crush any corporate rivals who dare to stand in their way. And at the head of the table sits Brennan himself, utilizing his vast WSB intelligence network, his dangerous mob connections, and his growing romantic influence over Nina Reeves to shield his sons from any legal or criminal fallout. Together, this dark family unit could easily overthrow the Corinthos organization, the Quartermain dynasty, and the Cassadine Empire all at once. They are building a shadow government right in the heart of the city. The true tragedy of this impending bombshell is the fractured, hostile dynamic between these three men. This is not a happy family reunion. This is a hostage situation disguised as a corporate and medical takeover. If Tristan's icy, resentful behavior toward Brennan is any indication, we can expect Hudson to arrive with an equally massive chip on his shoulder. These brothers do not trust their father, and they likely do not trust each other. They have been manipulated, coerced, and blackmailed into serving Brennan's grand design. Perhaps Brennan holds a dark secret over their heads, a long-buried secret from their past that forces their compliance. This dynamic makes Brennan an infinitely more terrifying villain. He is not just a spy playing games with Anna Devane and Carly Spencer. He is a ruthless patriarch willing to psychologically torture his own flesh and blood to achieve absolute supremacy. But that's not even the craziest part. Now, we must address the massive, glaring elephant in the room. If Jack Brennan is the father of Tristan and Hudson, who on earth is their mother? A man as calculating and powerful as Brennan did not just have children with a random nobody. In the world of General Hospital, maternity is always a weapon waiting to be unleashed. Is their mother a legacy character we already know and love? Someone who has been hiding a dark, secret life from her friends and family? Or is she a brand new, terrifyingly powerful woman who has been pulling Brennan's strings from the shadows this entire time? The identity of this mystery woman is the ultimate ticking time bomb, and when she finally steps foot in Port Charles, the fallout will be catastrophic. I cannot help but wonder if their mother is even alive. Did Brennan ruthlessly eliminate her when she tried to protect Tristan and Hudson from his dark world? If she is dead, her murder could be the very secret that binds these three men together in a web of mutual hatred and blackmail. However, if she is alive, you can bet your bottom dollar that Brennan is keeping her hidden, waiting for the perfect, most devastating moment to unleash her upon the canvas. Imagine the sheer terror on Tristan and Hudson's faces if the mother they thought was gone forever suddenly walks through the doors of the Metro Court, demanding her rightful place in the empire they are building. The introduction of the Brennan family dynasty will fundamentally alter the DNA of Port Charles. Think about how this impacts our established characters. Nina Reeves believes she is finding a safe harbor in Brennan, a romantic escape from her disastrous past with sunny Corinthos. How will she react when she discovers she is sleeping with a man who ruthlessly manipulates his own children? How will Britt Westbourne handle the revelation that the arrogant new surgeon she despises is the heir to a WSB throne? And what about Ethan Lovett and Ava Jerome, who are currently caught in the crosshairs of Hudson's arrival? Every single storyline on the canvas is about to intersect in the most explosive way possible. Jason Morgan has just returned to town, promising to leave the mob behind to protect his son Danny. But how can Jason truly step away when a new, highly organized crime family is violently taking over the territory he used to protect? Anna Devane is already spiraling into paranoia, haunted by hallucinations of Peter August. When she realizes that Brennan has successfully infiltrated the hospital, the corporate world, and the intelligence community all at once, her fragile mental state might completely shatter. She might be the only one who senses the true depth of Brennan's web, but no one will believe her until it is far too late. The ultimate climax of the storyline is not just the reveal of their paternity, but the inevitable betrayal. Tristan and Hudson are ticking time bombs. You cannot back two powerful, intelligent men into a corner and expect them to remain loyal forever. Eventually, these brothers are going to realize that their only chance at true freedom is to unite against their father. We are heading toward a spectacular, bloody family civil war. The sons will attempt to overthrow the father, using the very power he gave them to destroy his empire from the inside out. Port Charles will merely be the collateral damage in their ruthless quest for vengeance. The stage is set, the players are in position, and the secrets are bubbling dangerously close to the surface. Jack Brennan thinks he is the puppet master, but he might just be digging his own grave by bringing his resentful sons into his domain. As Hudson's arrival looms closer and Tristan's patience wears thinner by the day, we are left holding our breath, waiting for the inevitable explosion. Who will strike the first blow? Will Tristan expose his father's crimes to the hospital board, or will Hudson burn the corporate world to the ground? And when the mysterious mother finally steps out of the shadows, whose side will she take? We will have to keep our eyes glued to the screen to find out, because the real war for Port Charles is only just beginning.